What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Buildit video. This is going to be the latest group rules video slash joining Neverland video. Okay, so first thing is, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I try to put videos out daily. The last couple of weeks it's been a lot less, but nonetheless there will be a lot of new content coming out. Now, if you are wanting to join my group, it is because you are a strategic active member. You plan to be on quite a bit, you're following the Missy's Building Guide, or you play a lot and you play very strategically. Now, if you're on the Missy's Building Guide, ideally those are the people I'm looking for, because they're the people that need a good group the most, as they're going towards a specific goal. It really helps that they have a group that does war 2 times a week, that hits legendary, that is able to have a lot of active members around to fill the requests and things like that, and have an idea of what they're doing. People they can go to let's say, ask questions, right? So a couple of things here. We're going to go through the group rules, and then I'm going to explain what you need to do to your city before you join into our group. Well, to your name mainly. Okay? So always give the amount when you ask for items. Now, a lot of people don't realize the severity of the rules in our group. They join in, they say, yeah, I watched the rules video, they didn't pay attention, and then they end up getting removed. We have a very low tolerance for rule breaking. You may not get a warning, depending on what rule you break. It's very important that you pay very close attention to this video, and that you get a text copy of this rules thing here. Now, if you have a copy of the production plan, which there is a description in the video, in every video on YouTube, that has that link, then this link is in that link. And this link will also be in the description by itself. Okay? So, like I said, please pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. One of the classic things that people do is they say, yeah, I watched the rules video. And then they come in, and within 10 minutes, they break one of the 3 main rules of the group, okay? And we're going to go through the 3 main ones first. Now, I should be able to just say, always give the amount when asking for items, no matter what. And just leave it here and be able to move on, but I can't, because so many people don't understand what this means, okay? So whether you need a lot of something, whether you need 20 of something, whether you have a flight and you don't know what it's asking for, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter, okay? The point being, you need to put a number on it, no matter what. You always have to say a number, no matter what, okay? So don't come into the group 10 minutes after joining and be like, anybody got a lot of planks? Anybody got a lot of nails? Just some, just a little. No, it's not how we do things. Okay? Now, if I'm posting an item for you, and if you asked for 5 nails and I say nails up, that means I posted all of what you needed. Otherwise, I would have just simply said what I did post. For example, if you asked for 5 and I only have 3, I'm not going to say, I only have 3, would you like them? Obviously, you want them. You know, you only need 2, right? Or, I have them. Okay, that's nice. I'm not just going to tell you I have something you need and leave it at that. That's pointless as well, right? So, I'm just going to say what I have and up. So, if you ask for 5 and I have 3, I'm going to say 3 nails up. Very simple stuff, okay? Now, doing rare trades. Now, this is one of the biggest rules that gets broken, and it's the one that's going to get you booted the fastest, okay? We do not allow any depots, besides the community depot, which is a depot run by myself, to have rares for sale in it at any times without the person whom they're intended for at your depot, okay? You are not allowed to just sell rares. Can't sell them to global. That's ridiculous. There's no reason you should be selling your rares to global, ever. especially when we have a group of people that are requiring them, right? Or needing them. Now, if you are wanting to just sell them for whatever reason, maybe you're not looking for a one-for-one trade. Maybe you're maxed out on Dozer and you just need the extra space, right? You still need to make sure that whom you're selling them to is at your depot. It's not just, well, they're for anybody. No, you need to make sure that there is somebody that is actually around that is going to be claiming them. We do not want rares just sitting in people's depots uncollected. It's not only misleading for people who just randomly shop your depot. They don't know what's up for grabs. They don't know what's being transferred to a, let's say, a feeder city. So if you are transferring to a feeder city, you're going to want to make sure that your feeder city is at your depot and collecting them instantly. You know, whatever the case may be, under no exceptions, none whatsoever, are you allowed to just have rares posted up. So when you join in the group and within 10 minutes you're like, locks up, without anybody saying here, you're probably going to get the boot. Okay? Don't do that. That is one of the biggest rules, is to make sure that rares are not being posted until the person says here. Not on my way. On my way is not here. On my way is on my way. On my way is my game crashed. On my way is my phone rang. On my way is not here. Okay? They have to say here. Now, no one, like I said, no one is allowed to just have them sitting up in their depots. Okay? When you do a rare trade, you need to include the amount, just like you would any other thing. So let's say that I'm looking for I have 5 locks and I'm looking for 5 blades. The message would say, my 5 locks for your 5 blades. Or, I have 5 locks for any combination of Dozer. Whatever it is you're seeking. If you're looking for, let's say, VU, then say, my 5 locks for any VU. Or whatever the case is, okay? Now, if you're looking for something more specific, then you need to state something more specific. But either way, don't just say, locks for cameras. That doesn't tell us how many, okay? So, try to be very thorough with what you have to offer. As I said just a minute ago, the person has to actually say here before you post for sale. If you post for sale before the person says that they are at your depot, you are breaking the rules. Now, if they do if they make an arrangement with you and they say on their way and you post them before they say here, you're breaking the rules. If they go AFK and those rares are end up in your depot, you're the one that broke the rules, not them. Sure, they should have been there, but this is why we have this rule. It's for that extra security, so they don't have to worry about anything like that if their phone rings or whatever the case may be, okay? So, a rare trade is going to look something like this. Missy, I have 5 locks and I'm looking for 5 blades. You would say, let me know when you're here with this abbreviation, okay? And you'll see this a lot in the group. And then I'm going to say here, and you're going to say up. This indicates that you did in fact post them, so I know that you posted them, right? Because a lot of times things get posted and maybe they don't update right away or ever. So say up, and then I know that you're done posting. Do not post more than what the arrangement is for unless you specifically verify that I have enough space to collect them, okay? Oftentimes people will agree to 5 and then they'll post 10 and then the person can't pick them up, or they don't know and they just travel back to their depot and something's just stuck waiting. They're like, hey, you forgot some, you know, because you posted more. Don't do that. I'm going to say thank you. This indicates that I did in fact receive my items. Don't say thank you unless you actually received them. It indicates to everybody that your transaction went well. It's not only polite, but it is confirmation that you got what you needed. I'm going to say, let me know when you're here. You're going to verify that you were at my depot, and I'm going to verify that I posted, and then you're going to verify that you received by saying thank you. Very, very simple stuff, okay? Now, if you only have a partial amount, as we just discussed, then you're just going to say what you do have to offer. If I'm asking for 5 blades and you only have 3, then just say, I have 3. So you're not going to get 5 locks for 3 blades. You're going to get 3 locks for 3 blades. It's always a 1-for-1 trade, okay? Unless otherwise specified. Now, we just went through all that. The next thing is when you're doing a rare trade, or any trade for that matter, it's first come, first serve. For example, if somebody is asking for the same item as I am, and they asked after me, then their request gets met after mine has been completely filled. We don't split requests. We don't do multiple trades of rares at the same time. We don't have people traveling to all different people's depots and not specifying whose depot they're at in that case. So just make sure that you are dealing with one person at a time and the person whom asked first, okay? Now, posting regular items for people. Oftentimes people will have something, let's say sugar or glass on the global market. I will ask for, let's say, shovels. I get there and they're not there because you had something on global. If you have anything advertised, no exceptions, you need to use the let me know when you're here before you post. Too many people don't realize just how quickly global will snag something, okay? Not only that, but when you post something and you say it's up, I'm assuming that you're following the rules. I'm assuming that your depot is not on global and that I have longer than 5 seconds to retrieve those items without them just disappearing. Because I do comm training, because I run a channel, and because I also run a crime page for the city of Marysville. I also run missing persons. Okay, I do a lot of stuff. I'm a very busy person. I do not always get there instantly after requesting an item. If somebody messages me, I ask for an item, and it takes me 30, 40 seconds, or even 2 minutes to respond back to them. Then go to your depot on a 1 minute, 2 minute load time. It could be 4 minutes, 5 minutes before I retrieve my items, right? Now, it should be no big deal. As long as I do, in fact, pick them up, that's what's important, okay? So you need to make sure that you do not have things advertised on the global market. If you have anything at all on global, doesn't matter what it is, anything, you need to make sure that you use the abbreviations, let me know when you're here, okay? Now, the way that we do things here is all depots are up for grabs, meaning anything in your depot is fair game unless it was requested for in the chat, okay? People have up to 15 minutes to retrieve the items they requested for in the chat, otherwise those items now become up for grabs. So if I asked for 5 shovels and it took me longer than 15 minutes to get them, and somebody else needs them, and they're just sitting in your depot, they can take them because it's been 15 minutes, okay? Now, usually that doesn't happen. Usually I either get there before the 15 minutes or, I'll just ask again if they're not there or whatever the case may be. But yes, it is fair game, okay? Now, you can close your depot briefly to transfer items to your feeder. However, you cannot just have rares sitting in your depot waiting for your feeder to pick up. It needs to be the same thing as if it was being done by a group member. It needs to be picked up instantly. You have 10 minutes, you don't have 6 hours or 3 hours or even 1 hour to transfer items. You can alert the group that you're, hey, I'm closing my depot. You get 10 minutes. That's how it works. Now, you can transfer items throughout the day, right? I'm not saying you can't transfer items. I'm just saying you can't say, hey, don't buy anything from my depot for long periods of time. It creates havoc. Okay? Asking members to flip items. This is pretty simple. So basically what I'm asking is you to come to my depot, purchase what I have, and sell it back to me. This may be because I want to get my depot off the global market so I can refill it for you guys. Maybe it's because I need the item and no one else has it. Do not ask people to flip items for you if it's not something you have already requested in the chat that isn't hard to get. For example, let's say I'm asking you to flip 5 chairs. That's something pretty much everyone has. I could have just asked for 5 chairs. I didn't need you to come and grab the ones from my depot, waste time out of your day picking them up, and all that. If no one has what I need and I know they're in my depot, then I'll just say, hey, look, I need 5 chairs. If no one has them, I do have them in my depot if someone could grab them for me. We've had a big problem with people trying to use their depots for like a backup storage facility where they're constantly have people flip large quantities of items or continuously flipping. We're not doing that. Okay, so it's kind of an emergency situation. Like, hey, I really need this. No one else has it. It's up in my depot. Can someone get it for me? That is what it is used for. It is not used for your convenience to just post up a bunch of stuff and just have people retrieving stuff for you all day long. That's not how it works, okay? Okay, all members must be active and playing efficiently. Playing strategically, meaning usually preferably on the Missy's Building Guide. If we find out that you're doing really stupid stuff, you know, bulldozing like Omega buildings for tasks and stupid things like that, you're probably going to get removed. You know, we don't want somebody in here that has a crap city that does poorly, because if you do poorly, then you can't help and it reflects on the group. Everybody being successful, it helps everybody be successful, continue to be successful. Okay? No emojis unless it's to identify an item. Okay? We don't want the chat filled with a bunch of freaking emojis. That's annoying. Now, don't put out multiple requests for the same item over and over. We had a guy come in, and within 5 seconds, he was always, can I get, 5 corn, 5 corn, 5 corn? And he would constantly do that. If somebody hasn't posted them for you, it means they simply don't have them. We know what you need. If we end up finding it, getting it, or can afford to give it to you, or whatever the case may be, then we will do so. You don't need to bombard us with the request after request after request. Now, if it's been several minutes, or maybe you feel that the chat, has moved pretty quickly and there's a lot more people online and you would like to renew your request, that's different. Like, hey, I'm still looking for those 5 corn if anybody has them. Something like that. That would be okay. But don't just sit there and bombard people with an astronomical amount of the same request, knowing that those same people have in fact seen it. Okay. Anytime someone asks for items or offers rare trades, it is first come, first serve, as I already just discussed that. We don't split that kind of stuff. Okay, hitting jackpots in war. So the way that this works is if I launch a jackpot, once I am finished with my jackpot, if there's any remaining health on it, I'm going to say open jackpot. If you come to my open jackpot, and let's say it has 4 health on it, you need to know how to do an overkill hit. If you don't know how to do that, you can watch my War for Beginners video. Or you can click on my channel, go to my group members only playlist, and watch how we do war. Okay? So, for example, when you have 4 health remaining on a city that is, for example, a jackpot, what you want to do is get that health down as low as possible without actually killing the person. That way you can do an overkill hit. If you have a attack that does 10 damage and you have one that does 3 damage, if you do the one with 3 damage first, it will bring their health down to 1, and then you can do an overkill hit for 10. This allows you to do both attacks on a jackpot. Whereas if you done the 10 damage first, you would not have been able to launch the 3 because you would have killed him. Okay? So try to hit for the most you can. If you see an open jackpot and the timer's just about to run out, no one's hit it, then you can hit it for a low attack. But don't waste a good jackpot on a very low attack. Now, if you're somebody who's on the building guide and you don't have any high cards yet, but you have the ability to unlock a high card, I recommend you unlock at least 1 high card so that you have the ability to earn points easily. Otherwise, you're going to end up hurting yourself more. 1 war card or 2 war card upgrades for a high level card to earn those points faster is not going to hurt you on the building guide. Okay? So make sure that you try to unlock like 1 legendary card, whether it be Disco Twister, preferably not in Kansas. It only costs 4 energy and it can be launched 3 times without having to wait for any energy, which is nice for if you get a launch legendary task. Now, what you're going to do is once you've killed the jackpot, you're going to say open jackpot to bust. You can also state what level jackpot it is, if it's a level 2, if it's a level 3. This will indicate to us how much time is left on it, and if we actually, in fact, want to shield bust it. If you bust the jackpot open, then alert the chat of that. Just say, jackpot busted open, open jackpot busted open. That way people know, hey, that's open again, we can hit it. Otherwise, people hit it, they kill it, they whatever, and then they don't tell anybody, and we don't know that it's still available, okay? So just make sure that you alert the group of whatever it is you're doing on the jackpots. Make sure that you are hitting jackpots that are in fact open. If there's multiple jackpots on the screen, make sure that you click on the person's city, click the little eye next to their name, and view the war log to make sure that you are actually hitting the right one. Okay, if you can, make sure you watch the War for Beginners video and always hit for the amount. Okay, I just went through all that. So yeah, watch the War for Beginners video, and if you can, the How to Be a Good Group Member video, because that's basically what number 12 is about here. Do not wipe out people's depots. People's depots are usually stocked with decent items. We have two kinds of items in the game, and that is money makers and good items, okay? So money makers are what people refer to as, on the production plan, as money makers. So donuts, blue text, caps, nails, things like that. Usually you can take as much of those as you want from anybody's depot because they're produced in high quantities. They usually get globaled. But the other stuff, let's say you go to someone's depot and you see paint, and you see ladders, and you see planks, tape, hammers, stuff like that. Those are items that people are posting not because they need money, but because they're trying to help fill requests, or maybe they know they're going to be absent for a majority of the day and they want to kind of make up for their not being in the chat, so they fill their depot, okay? Oftentimes people will say going global in 5 minutes. If they say that, then it's fair game. You can wipe their depot out. Or what we'll do is somebody might say, hey, you know, I've got ladders and paint up in my depot. Can somebody grab those so I can go global? If you don't actually need them, then you can just post them for sale in your depot for people that do. What this does is it allows us to have what we need for the contest of mayors. It allows everybody to get the help they need. Now, it is very important that you take your contest of mayors prep seriously, that you don't just rely on the group to constantly fill your requests and have you not help fill any requests. So basically, don't just expect everybody help you, but you not be able to help yourself or help them. Okay, everybody does their part, everybody pulls their weight, kind of thing. Now, we do have 2 community depots. They're run by myself. At the moment, we have 2. We might not end up keeping 2, but right now we have 2. One is labeled Talia CD, and the other one is labeled Community Depot. That being said, those depots are almost always have items posted for free. They are up for grabs at all times. Only take what you need. Do not take anything for resale. And once a day, I usually tell people, like, hey, I'm refilling it. Go ahead and wipe it out. That is the only depot where you're allowed to have rares for sale. So if you see rares for sale there, they are up for grabs. Like I said, don't be greedy. You don't have to go in there and wipe everything out. Take what you need. You know, if you have an assignment and you're low on batteries, really, really low on batteries, and there's some there, take them, you know. Don't take them when you have 15 or 20 batteries already. Leave them for somebody who needs them, okay? Now, when you join in, you're going to, basically, there's a couple things. So when you join in, your name, you want to make sure you have an easy name to abbreviate. Most people try to abbreviate your name down to 3 letters. So make sure it's something easily abbreviatable. Next thing is you're going to add a digit to the end of your name. This will actually be your storage amount and if you're currently unlocking Dozer. Because we have a lot of people that have maxed out their land, we have a lot of excess Dozer that goes around. Now, again, using common sense and being respectful, try to offer a trade. Don't just assume that you're just going to come in here, be a mooch, reap the benefits, and not pull your own weight. Always offer a trade. But what you're going to do is if your base storage, so the storage amount before temp storage is 300, then you're going to put S-300/D. What this means is your base storage is 300 and you're collecting dozer, okay? Now, I know that if I have excess dozer and that you're online, that you are in fact collecting dozer and I can give it to you, okay? Now, as you upgrade your storage, you will change your name to match your base storage. Everybody is required to have this at the end of their name, no exceptions. Once you have unlocked all land, you can erase the D and just keep the storage amount. Once you max out your storage, then you'll just have an M, okay? Now, you will be added to a Facebook group chat that is on Messenger that will have, any updated guide links, any rule things, any announcements for the group, anything that you need to be made aware of will go through that chat. You will want to mute that chat as it does get traffic at all times of the day, so you don't want it waking you up at night, being as how we're all in different time zones. Now, we've started a new mentoring program. The first week to 2 weeks that you're in the group, you're going to be assigned a mentor based on either your personality type or your time zone, okay? Now, this is somebody usually, or it is going to be a VP, so they're going to be somebody that you can go to ask questions about the group, how we do things, how we war, whatever. Any questions you may have, you're going to be able to go to them and message them privately. You can also question them on the Missy's Building Guide, any questions you have on that. They have a checklist that they are given to kind of go through with you to make sure that you do, in fact, understand the building guide. The reason we started this is because we had people joining in, and it would take us 2-3 weeks to really realize, like, hey, this person's not comprehending the building guide at all. They've unlocked, a lot of beach or mountain, or they're not understanding how to stack up their war cards, or they're, not understanding they need this, and this unlocked before mega. Those kinds of things. So make sure that you are very familiar with the building guide and that you're doing everything you need to do. There is a new building guide video that went out this week. You're definitely going to want to watch it if you haven't seen it. And, the only thing is the mentors cannot answer questions on the contest of mayors. They are not trainers. Most of them are still learning themselves. So here's how this is going to go. I'm not really doing comm training anymore because too many people have taken advantage of my time. However, if you are serious enough and you show enough potential, and I feel that you're not going to waste my time, what I'm going to do is you're going to get to Mega. You watch as many of the comm videos as you can, preferably the low-level comm walkthrough videos. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take bottom and top screenshots of all of your choices. Okay, so the first 2 screenshots are going to be the top and bottom of your list. Full top and bottom, it needs to indicate how many tasks remain and how much time remains in the screenshot. You're going to take the next screenshot of the task in which you've selected. Okay? So if you selected, upgrade work hard 3000, you're going to show that assignment activated. You're going to screenshot it after you activate it. Then you're going to move on to your next task. You're going to screenshot the next one as it is activated. Okay? Then every 5 screenshots, you're going to screenshot a bottom screenshot. You're going to upload this to a Google shareable album. Now, I do have a video on YouTube on how to do this, on how to make a shareable Google album. It's super easy. Okay, don't do it through OneDrive. That's a pain in the butt. Just do it through Google. I can comment on it. I can like it. I can join it and look at it, whatever. So make sure that you upload them in order and after they've been selected. I'll go through all of your choices, either as you're doing them, as I have time, or at the end of the week, okay? You'll send me the link to that album. I'll join the album and I'll watch as you progress through the contest. That way I can see how quickly you're doing your assignments and efficiently, and then which ones you're choosing. Then I will give you a progress report on how you did. I'll tell you which mistakes you made, what you need to work on, that kind of thing. The mentors are not allowed to answer comm questions. Okay? Now, if your mentor's not around and you do have questions for any reason, you can reach out to me or Sydney. He's the co-president. You can find him in the game chat or the Neverland group chat. If you click on the chat bubble and you click on the little eye at the top right corner, you can hit members list in the group chat and you'll see Sydney up there. It's got the yellow profile picture. Okay. If you plan to be off the game for longer than 24 to 48 hours, you need to notify me. Oftentimes people join the group, they plan to be off for a day, 2 days, whatever. Especially when you just join the group and you're absent that long, it's not a good, impression. Okay? So the last thing here is the abbreviations. Let me know when you're here. Let me know. Let me check. Up for grabs. Thank you very much. Flip, buy and sell back. And then JP for jackpot. Okay? Now, like I said, this link document is available in the Missy's Building Guide along with the Neverland group checklist and many other documents. Same with the comm breakdown guide. I have a lot of new videos coming out that may be of interest to you if you're currently working on the Contest of Mayors. So definitely be sure to check those out. And also look into the comm math videos. Okay? So good luck to you. Like I said, our group does have a lot to offer. We're very active, very strategic, and we are able to do this because everybody follows the rules. So if you join in and you don't follow the rules, you're creating drama and things like that in a place where we don't stand for it. So we're just going to boot you out. We don't have time to deal with that. We're sifting through people that have common sense, that can listen to the video and follow the rules. So if there was anything in here that you did not understand, you need to ask me or ask somebody, a mentor, anything. Make sure that you know the rules and make sure that you are, showing that you want to learn the rules. Don't just break a rule and just be like, oh, sorry, and then just continue to break the rules. That doesn't show me that you care that you broke the rule, and it doesn't show me that you're trying not to break the rules. Okay? They're too easy of rules to not be followed, and they're there for a really good reason. Now, I could have made this video 3 hours long and explained every which way possible why we have the rules that we have and what happens when they get broken. But you know what? I really shouldn't have to do that. Just know that those are the rules. That is what is expected of you. If you can't do it, you will be removed. No exceptions. Okay? So whatever you have to do to make sure that you understand them, whether it be stapling this guide to your forehead, printing it out, watching the video over and over again, whatever you got to do to make sure you understand the rules so that you can remain a member of the group. Okay?